All right, hello and welcome to one of our nitric oxide release trainings. This is our basics class. If you're using your B3 bands, we've just added air before we started this recording. So if you're joining us, feel free to press pause if you're on the recording. Otherwise, we are going to start down on the floor today. We're going to be doing a couple rounds of some stretching for our low back and hips, as well as some bridge work for our glutes and thighs. So when you're ready, go ahead and start to make your way down to the ground. We're going to start on our backs. Gradually come on down onto your back. Slowly lower yourself down one segment at a time. And as you come onto your back, kind of check in with your upper body. You can roll yourself over and really draw your shoulder back and down, and then do the same thing on the other side. I roll off of my shoulder, draw that shoulder blade back and down so I can lie here with a nice broad chest position. Then you can lift your hips up, reposition the hips as needed so that you feel comfortable. We're going to start with a little windshield wiper for the hips. So I'm walking my feet about hip width apart or slightly wider, palms up to the sides, and then you're going to take both knees across the same side of the body. You can roll onto the side of your foot, back to neutral, and same thing other side. We'll just go between 2 and 3 times each direction here. Just getting some gentle internal and external rotation through your hips. Nice. Also check in with the head, lift the head, draw that chin in so that your neck's not extended as you lie here. Got one more time each direction. Very nice. From here, we're going to begin with a traditional glute bridge. So walk the feet back in so that they're about hip width apart, not outside the hips. Palms at the sides, draw that chin in. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to raise the hips up. Draw the belly in towards the spine, push through your feet, squeeze the back of the body as you lift up towards the sky. You can pause in that top position and then slowly lower down. And then just depending upon your comfort, this is our first of 3 cycles of these bridges. So you can use the first set to move a little bit slower, waking up all the areas of the body, slowly building that bridge a little bit higher. Also a great exercise to close the eyes and just feel your body move, feel your body breathe. Some areas that we're looking to avoid or some sensations we're looking to avoid is a pinching sensation in the low back. We don't want to be arching too hard in that low back. You want to think about expanding as you lift the hips, and also common to sometimes feel a pinch in the front of the hips. So if you're getting a pinch in the front of the hips, don't go quite so high with the bridge. Let's go about 2 more here. Elevate up, squeeze in the back of the body. Try to get more and more of that muscle tissue to wake up. Down and rest. And then final rep. Up and hold for about a 3 count on this last time. 3, 2, 1, and slowly release. Coming back to the mat. We're going to go back to a low back stretch, hugging both legs into the chest and rocking yourself side to side. We'll take a short break and then we're going to repeat that bridge. You can either stick with that double kneaded chest that the double leg glute bridge with the feet flat that we just did. Or if you want to advance the movement, we'll move into a frog bridge next. All right, so with the frog bridge, when you're ready, you can bring the soles of your feet, the bottoms of your feet together while the feet rest on the ground. So I just have the soles of my feet touching. And then from there, very similar, your bridge isn't going to be as high though. So you'll push the bottoms of the feet together, lift the hips off the ground, and then slowly lower down. Practice syncing your breathing so that you breathe out as you raise the hips up and breathe in as you lower the hips down. I'm going to spend about a minute here practicing. Once again, once you know that movement, close the eyes. It's a great practice to pause in that top position, holding for 1, 2, or 3 seconds. And now as we're still focusing on the back of the body, but I find this frog position gives a little bit more attention to those smaller muscles of your pelvic floor. So you can start to think about contracting some of those smaller muscles as if you want to stop yourself from going to the bathroom. That's what you're trying to focus on here. And practice engaging those muscles without holding your breath. So continue to breathe as you lightly engage. Good. Let's go 1 or 2 more reps. Think about elongating as you raise those hips up. Woo, last time. Breathing, holding for 3, 2, 1, and down and rest. Fantastic. You're in that frog position. Take the feet back to the ground. You're going to extend out your left leg. So slide that heel out so that leg is straight. And you're going to pull the right knee towards your right shoulder. And we're actively pushing that left thigh down as we pull that right leg across, and then ankle rolls here. We're going to start to kind of get ourselves ready for the standing portion of this workout. 5 to 10 times in one direction, and then switch directions. Roll that ankle around the other way. We're going to do one more round of bridge work, but we're going to stretch these thighs and ankles a little bit more first. From here, take that right leg and pull it across the body as if you're trying to bring the right knee towards your left shoulder to move into more of a glute stretch here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and release that leg. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So actively drive that right thigh down and pull that left leg in towards that left shoulder, moving into those ankle rolls, 5 to 10 times each way. Switch directions when you're ready. And then move into that glute stretch. Take that right knee, gently guide it across the body towards the right shoulder, left knee towards the right shoulder. Opening up to that glute on that side. Good. One more breath here. And then release that leg. All right, your choice on this last round, whether you want to have the feet flat on the ground or the soles of the feet together. I'm going to go ahead and repeat that frog bridge. Getting ready to start in 2, 1, here we go. So nice and gradual, lifting up, chin towards the chest. The higher the hips rise, the more you can really focus on that upper neck posture as well, trying to pull that chin in, just get a gentle stretch along the back of the neck. You can also engage your upper body a bit here as well. I have my palms down into the ground, and I'm thinking about pushing the backs of my arms, the palms of my hand into the floor as my hips rise up towards the sky. Breathing out, pushing down, really activating the whole back side of the body. Good job. About 20 seconds left. Anytime you need to rest, you can just pause on the floor. Otherwise, continue to lightly pulse those hips and really feeling that burn in these inner thighs. Whew. All right, we'll go this last rep again, trying to hold for a 3 count. At the top, 3, 2, 1, and everybody release. Come on down, set the feet back on the floor, and then either repeat that double kneaded chest if that felt like a good stretch, or you can go a little bit deeper into that twist with our 2-knee twist. Both legs come across, turn the head, look over one shoulder. And then we'll glide the legs across the other way and turn the head the other direction. Wonderful. Let's get about 2 touches on each side if you're doing this 2-knee twist. Then after we finish this 2-knee twist, we're going to be rolling over to all fours and gradually make our way up to standing. We'll take a moment. If you're comfortable to come into a down dog position, we'll get a nice stretch there before we come up to standing. All right, so for down dog, we're going to come onto hands and knees. You're going to spread your fingers nice and wide, turn the toes under. You're going to gradually push through those hands as you raise your hips up. And then you want to think about rocking forward onto the hands and then rocking back, raising your hips high to the sky and inviting your heart to come a little bit closer to your thighs as you draw your chin to your chest. One more time, breathe in, slightly rock forward onto the hands. Breathe out, rocking back, chin to the chest. Looks great, Diane. And then from here, if you can pedal out those heels, you can get a great stretch for your calves before we come up to our feet. So I pedal one heel towards the floor and then that other heel. Excellent. Good, and then when you're ready, you'll slowly inchworm your way up, walk your feet towards your hands, walk your hands towards your feet, or use a chair as needed. Come on up to standing. Fantastic. So take your time coming on up. Once you get up here, let's just get a little bit more blood flow. Go into our nice sway of the tree branch arms, turning the head and neck. Excellent. From there, hands on the hips and wake those hips up now from the standing position. 3 to 5 circles in one direction and then switch 3 to 5 circles the other way. All right, beautiful work here. If you have some light weights around, we're going to have some options to work with some light weights. I've got a couple of 5-pounders here. So I'll have those nearby. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to get some movement in here. We're going to finish with a cool down stretch. So we'll start with our squat pulse. Let's get my clock to where I can see it. So you're going to set your feet about hip width apart, draw your belly in, and as you sit back, you're going to push your knees out, raise your arms up in front of the body. We're going for about a half squat with this front raise position of the arms here. So breathe in as you lower down, breathe out as you stand tall. Good. Keep planted through those heels. Beautiful. Just the upper portion of the squat. And 2, 1, and rotate. We're going to pick up the weights next. 1 or 2 weights. I'm just going to start with 1, holding on each side of the dumbbell. Walking my feet in a little bit closer, soft bend those knees, and front raise is that next exercise. So raising the arms straight up in front of the body, drawing that chin in, draw the belly in. Good. Nice. Wonderful, about 10 seconds left. And then we're gonna stick with this dumbbell and we're gonna go an overhead press next with a little bit of dip drive with the legs. And pausing there, good job. Reset the feet, go ahead and take your dumbbell onto your non-dominant side of the body. You can have the other hand on the belly, and we're gonna have this be a push press. What that means is you're gonna do a little quarter squat again, sinking back into the heels. As you stand, you're gonna press high to overhead, dip down and drive up, good. Breathe in as you dip down, breathe out as you drive up, and then just find that motion. You can either keep that hand on the belly or reach it straight out to the side or in front as a little counterbalance. Good. Down and up. Wonderful. Down, up, couple more. And then we're going to the other arm. When you're ready, switching sides. 2, 1, here we go. Same thing, other side. Dip down, drive high. Good. Excellent. Watching that alignment of the legs, sitting back, keeping that chest nice and tall. Beautiful, looks great, folks. Straight up to overhead, 1 or 2 more. And pause, set the weight down, clear your space. We're going to a step over next. So standing tall, arms to the side, it's a lateral step over. You can imagine you have a little imaginary hurdle here. You can get a little swing of the arms, clap of the arms. Move as slow or as fast as you feel comfortable. So everyone's at different levels. This is some balance work here. So balance is challenging for you. Be conservative. Good, 10 seconds. We're gonna wake up our lymphatic system next with a little bit of bounce for our body. So when you're ready, just lightly pulse through the body. I'm keeping my balls of my feet on the ground and I'm just lightly bouncing through my heels. Good. If anybody wants a little bit more intensity here, you can do a jump jack. Otherwise, we're just staying nice and light. This is our last exercise of the series. We're going back to our squatting next. 2, 1, and rest. All right, let's take a short break. If you want to grab a quick drink of water. And on this second round of squats, if you want to hold a light dumbbell as you raise up in front of the body, you're welcome to do that. All right, starting here in 5. So feet about hip width apart, draw that midsection in, and here we go. So as I sit back, I raise that light weight up. Good. Knees push wide, eyes up, finding that spot straight ahead to focus on. Good. Beautiful, a couple more. And pause. You can stick with that same weight if you want to go a little bit heavier. I'm going to grab my second weight. We're back to our front raises. So both arms together, no movement of the legs. Draw that belly in, then we're just going up and down here. Good, get that flush. If you don't have any weights that are appropriate, you can also just move through your arms up and down. Good, we're going to that overhead push press next. Take a rest. I'm gonna set one weight down. Toes pointing forward, belly draws in, and when you're ready, little dip and drive, down and up, good. Sitting back into those heels. Beautiful. We're working approximately 20 seconds on each exercise, give or take a hair. Good, get ready to switch arms. And here we go, bring it around to the other side. I'm gonna show up from the side this time, so make sure that there's no drop forward of the chest. You almost wanna think about you're sliding the back of your body up and down a wall. So you don't wanna dip that chest forward. Good. 10 more seconds. Good, get ready for our lateral step over. 2, 1, and transition. Recommend setting all the weights down and our side to side. Nice. Jump jacks are great too. Or step overs, nice high knees, kind of get that blood moving, swinging those arms. Give a little clap, generate some energy. And don't forget to smile. All right, one more time, over and back. Woo! And then we have our little pulse. So nice and light. Again, more effort here. You can raise those arms in the air. If you have a hard time with that overhead reach, we're already doing some overhead work, so feel free to keep those arms to the side. Woo! All right, folks, we're gonna go right into a third round. Pay attention because we are gonna let the air out partway through. So if you need a break, take it. Otherwise, if you're ready for that last round of the squat pulse, 2, 1, here we go. As you get a little bit more winded, be smart. You need that, take that pause. I'm always focused on keeping everybody healthy here. So we want to be intelligent when we're pushing that effort. You want to make sure you feel good with those movements. Good, last one. Excellent. Stick with the same weight. If you want to go a little bit heavier, we're doing the front raise without the squat. Belly draws in, straight up and down. Watch so you don't lose your head forward. So pull the chin in. Good, breathing. About 2 or 3 more. And pause. All right, we're gonna go with our overhead press on each side, and then we're gonna release the air. So starting with your non-dominant arm, draw that belly in, and here we go, little quarter dip and drive. Wonderful, good. Diane, make sure you try to press straight up to overhead. Good job, Amy. That looks better. I know that's your troubling side. Last one, and switch. Second time. Here we go, other side. Breathe in as you sit back. Breathe out as you push tall. Good, let's go 2 more. When you finish those, take a break. Beautiful. All right, if you have the bands on, go ahead and release that air, press your little nozzles. We're gonna finish with our step overs and our bouncing. So you can turn it into a cool down if you're still feeling good and wanna keep that tempo. Got about a minute of work left, and then we'll move into our cool down stretch. Nice work, everyone. We're almost there. 10 more seconds on these step overs. Lift the knee, lift the foot. I know I'm moving at a pace that might not be realistic for some of you. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just do the best you can. And then from here, the bounce, 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 dance, bop your body, move your body. Our lymphatic system depends upon us to move. It helps clear our body of toxins. Helps us to get some energy and feel good. It's a big support for our immunity. So that's why one of the many reasons movement is important. All right, everybody, 3, 2, 1, and give yourself a round of applause. Woo. All right, if there's any air left in, sure it's all gone. Let's grab a drink and then we'll stretch. All right, I'm gonna bring the chair over here. You have a wall or a chair or a couch nearby. We're gonna start with like that hinge stretch. I'm gonna use the back of the chair. Make sure I draw the belly in as I walk my feet back. With a soft bend in the knees, I'm gonna lower my head between my arms. And now breathe into your back. So nice deep breath into the back of the rib cage. As you breathe out, lower your heart towards the floor without overarching that low back. About 3 more breaths. Breathe in, expand. Breathe out, soft stretch. And when you're ready, gradually walk back up to standing. Good, we're gonna stretch out the upper body and our hip flex at the same time. If you wanna mirror me, you're gonna step your left foot forward, right foot back, draw that midline in, and then take your right arm, raise it up into the sky, bending that elbow as you draw the chin in, and we're gonna reach around here. Now, really key, make sure that front foot is planted. So you don't want that knee to shoot forward. Instead, I'm shifting my hip forward, back hip pushes forward, eyes up, and now lightly bend that side, the front leg. So you're bending to your left. You can peer up past your right elbow, looking up towards the ceiling or sky. Try to squeeze that glute, that right hip. Good, let's unwind. We'll do it one more time. If you need to shake out those arms, you can. Hips rock back, hips rock forward. Raise the arms up. Bend your right elbow. Grab that right elbow with your left hand. And now gently bend towards that left side. If you feel stable, once again, a little rotation, peering up past your right elbow. And when you're ready, go ahead and unwind from there. Walk that back leg in between sides. Circle the hips. Good, circle those hips the other way. Wonderful, and then now you're gonna step your left leg back. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. Draw that midline in as you raise your left arm up. Bending that elbow, chin tucked in as well, and then you're gonna reach around. So once again, hip shift, squeeze the glute, eyes up, and then a soft bend. Pulling that elbow across, looking up. You wanna add that little rotation, peer up past that left elbow. Wonderful, go ahead and unwind. This is a tricky stretch, so if it's tough for you, if you can't quite get it, be patient. It's welcome to ask if there's any certain areas, but those of you here live, you're looking great. All right, go ahead and unwind from there and walk that back leg in. Couple of more, we're gonna stretch those quads out next. So you can practice your balance or hold on. Lifting that one leg up, you're trying to grab your foot, pulling that heel towards the glute. Make sure you keep a soft bend in that support leg. We're gonna hold this for 20. It's a great practice of the balance if you're able. Eyes up and think about drawing that shoulder back, the side that's holding the foot. Good, lifting up the hips. 2, 1, and release. Take note of which foot you're stretching. In between sides, walk the feet out. Draw the belly in as you bow forward, hands on the thighs, and now we're gonna rotate. Use your left hand to push that left knee out as you look over your right shoulder, breathing out, breathing in. Nice long arms, broad chest as you come to center, and then breathing out as you turn and look over your left shoulder. Good, breathe in, back to center. Once more each direction. So a gentle opener for the inner thighs and a gentle spinal twist here. Good, once you get 2 touches on each side, coming back up, And then let's finish out that quad stretch, lifting up, squeeze the shoulders back. When that heel towards the glute. Wonderful. Excellent balance. Good. Very impressive, those of you here live. So common when they're challenged with your balance, you can't quite do something, we tend to beat ourselves up. So if you can't quite do this, please don't beat yourself up for it. Just do the best you can. This also can be done lying down on your side. Go ahead and release that leg and then meet me in the chair. We'll finish with a figure 4, a couple of breathing exercises. All right, so as you come to seated, you can also do this seated on the ground. You're gonna take the leg up, cross the foot over the opposite knee, sit up nice and tall, and just very gradually invite this knee to lower down. Great time to close the eyes, draw the chin in. Draw the shoulders back, broad chest as you sit here, and invite that hip to lightly open. Good. When you're ready, unwind that leg. In between sides, we're going to do our seated forward fold. So sitting up nice and tall, draw the belly in, slide the hands down the legs, chin to the chest. And we're going to spend about 3 cycles of breathing here, breathing into your back of the body, really focus to still expand those lungs. And then on the exhale, see if your body feels comfortable to stretch a little bit farther. 2 more breaths. On that next inhale, slowly come back up to seated. Sitting up nice and tall, and then we'll do the same thing on that opposite leg. Grabbing that leg, crossing the foot over, and lightly inviting this knee to drop down. And as we're sitting up nice and tall here, stretching this hip, we're just going to slowly circle the head and neck around. We did do some overhead work obviously today, and we don't have a lot of time left in this live session to give a lot of attention to the neck. Go ahead and rotate the head the other way. So that's one of the areas I invite you to focus on later today. Those of you that come regularly, you know all those stretches for the upper neck and upper body. Go ahead and release that leg when you're ready. So please practice what you know. Shoulders back and down. Beautiful. And we'll do our finishing breaths together. So we're going to turn the palms forward, seated nice and tall. As you breathe in, elevate the shoulders up and into the ears. This is where we go when we get tense and stressed, right? And so then as we breathe out, release that tension, draw those shoulders down, just sit nice and relaxed. Good. Twice more. Breathe in, love. Breathe out all the anxiety and worry that floats around in our minds. Last time. Breathe in some peace, some hope. And exhale any stress and tension. All right, everyone. That's what I have for you today. Thanks for being here. Stay hydrated. Enjoy your life. And we'll be back on Thursday.